Okay, so my stream splash is telling me that it is time to start the stream. So let's get things going. Yeah, I guess this week has been PAX West and PAX Dev, so I've been really kind of running like a crazy person. So hopefully my voice isn't too destroyed. But yeah, hey, I'm Joshua, and this is the Delver development stream. Let me do another transition real quick. So yeah, so this is my weekly stream where I talk about um, the Delver video game development. For those of you who don't know what Delver is, Delver is a first-person dungeon crawler with fantasy, roguelike, and shooter elements. It is an early access video game on Steam. You can buy it for $7.99. If you go to delvergame.com, you're pound my head. You can find a link to the Steam page. You can also find a link to through our Humble widget if you'd rather buy it that way. Which also comes with a Steam key. And I mentioned Steam twice because Steam is the most up-to-date platform that we have right now. We're focusing on updating Steam until we get to full release, and then we will update our other platforms such as Humble, Android, and we'd like to release an iOS build as well. Okay, so that's the website, delvergame.com. Use it. Okay, now let's take a look at this week in Delver development. Clean that up. Okay, clear. Make sure I'm up to date. Yeah, that's really strange. It said I was up to date with develop, but when I did a poll, it still pulled in some information. Okay, get. So let's just take a look at the past week of development and see what we have been up to. I'm just going to do a git log, one line since a week ago, and it's still been a pretty busy week. I've been out, so Chad has been really working hard. But yeah, so breakable spider eggs, cave mood work. So I'm still working on the surprise system. Part of the work for that is trying to get good breakables and good surprises for the cave area. So part of that has been me retheming the caves to be more spidery, so I can have the breakable spider eggs and other fun stuff like that. Yep, so the new, so continuing work on the new level up overlay. Yep, again, this is level up overlay stuff, level tweaking, dungeon chunks. Try to add an exploding pot, which is interesting. I think I like the fact that people know it's going to explode up ahead of time. And again, this might benefit from having a unique one per area. I'm not quite sure. But right now it's like a magical exploding pot, which is okay. I like the fact that you know up front it's going to explode. Working on a test map, fixing cave-like crystal location. So let's just tweak to So for my spidery work, I changed the crystals in the caves to actually be a sprite, and he's just kind of changing the light position, which is good. So a game.dat file which controls the entity, monster, and item files to load. That's nice. Yep, tweaking the surprise spider because it was, even though I had 2 health, it could still take multiple hits to kill, which is weird. Just like when it has 1 health, it still sometimes takes multiple hits, which makes me worry that something's going on there. Fix for monsters dropping arrows that don't use custom sprite atlases. I'm not sure what that is, but okay. Fog area to override the. Yep. Oh, nice. So we can add. Oh, fog area. Areas are cool. Yeah. So the fog area, I guess, allows you to override. You could have certain areas with more fog, which is cool. Shadows stick to the floor better when the entity is under it. Items can trigger things when picked up. That's really nice. So you can hook up. You can have things happen when people pick up items, which is nice. If you want to have something special in your map. You can certainly make it happen. Like you could do like an Indiana Jones thing where you pick up a thing and then it triggers something else. Test map changes. Water shade gets a little bit of color from the wave factor. That's cool. Yep. So I added so for my spider work, I added a new area as well. I added an area that will basically apply a status effect when the player enters it, and you can work a Hold on, I think somebody's doing something outside. Let me turn off the. There we go. Yeah, so I added a status effect area that basically will apply a status effect when the character enters that volume. I also added some controls to it, so you can actually have it toggle on and off. So if you don't want the normal status effect, it will turn off as soon as the player exits it, which can be cool for certain things. Yep. So that looks all right. Let's just preview some of this work. Okay. So I guess the newest thing is Chad is working on a tutorial area. So whenever you start from a new save slot, you have this tutorial area. I'm not quite sure why he starts us up so high. But I guess he's well lit the place where we need to go, so that's good. There's a dagger we can grab off of some poor dead person, and this is teaching that we can smash our way through stuff. Then there's an enemy here. And I think he took four health off. He shouldn't be doing that much damage, but okay. And you know, there's a place to explore. I think there's another spider up here. Yeah, they're doing a lot of damage. I'm not sure why they're doing so much damage. It's interesting. Okay, and then we have another breakable. Little slime buddy. I think again. So this, I guess, is here's the new level up screen. Hopefully, it's way more obvious if we want you to pick something. I still need to make art for this. That's still on my list of things to do. I guess speed. And then here we have some bits of armor for you to pick up. So hopefully that teaches you about armor. Doors you can open. I think that's the first openable door in the tutorial, which is, again, hopefully another learning moment. The spike pit is, again, it's somewhat contrived, but again, we're trying to, I guess Chad's trying to teach everybody, or teach players about a little bit about everything in this first area right here. So we have like a bottomless pit. We have a spike trap all in pretty close proximity. We have a trap here, so when you step on the trap, it shoots the spikes out. I do worry because like none of the traps in game actually work this way. So I'm worried about how useful this is. I mean, it shows you that they do shoot out of the wall, which is a good thing to know, but they don't act like that in game. So we might want to tweak that a little bit. And then we got the ice wand, and you go to the door, and this is stuck. So I guess it's teaching you that you can break open doors. And then I hit the explodey pots, which is kind of unfortunate because I think again that's to teach you that those pots explode. There we go. Grab this stuff. We have lava here, and you have no choice but to run through it. And on the other side, you have water. So this is teaching you about status effects. So like if you're on fire, you can douse the fire by jumping in water. Hopefully that communicates that. We may want to add, I don't know, we may want to add some message volumes. I'm not sure. Here's our little spider friend. It's nice that he gets attacked by the spike trap, so I guess we can teach people that the spikes are kind of unequal or equally damaging. And then we get to this temple area. And then we have the orb. I think he has this chain in there. I either want to remove it or replace it with a more temple-y thing. Yeah, you grab the Ithidrian orb, and you're just stuck down here. And it just will fill in with monsters. And you die. And once you have died, you end the tutorial and you go to the camp. And then here, every subsequent life will start at the camp, which is as we expect. And then we can go down into the dungeon. And I'm working on the caves, so lots of just, again, I'm trying to get the cave breakables stuff working. So it's still a work in progress, but yeah, we get lots of spider webs. These breakables, if you step on them, they will break. In this case, they also, when broken, they will drop down a decal and a slow volume. So the players are slowed when they walk on it. and apparently something died and I got credit for it. And I'm trying to get a good balance of these things where you don't really want to break them. I mean, there might be good stuff in there, but also they create these areas of like sticky areas that are slow that you may not want to deal with, and also monsters may pop out of them as well. I think maybe the texture also in the caves, because since the texture variety is pretty darn low, I think there's only like 2 different walls and no variation in the floors. Crap! Oh no! There we go. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, fire everywhere. Fire. And I can set stuff on fire as I run around. For better, for worse. Come on. There we go. But yeah, so I think maybe today's gonna be a short stream, I think, since I do have PAX West to go to after this. And it's also the Seattle Indie Expo, for those of you who are up here. You should check that out. Yeah, so I'll probably go until 11 o'clock or so. So yeah, so let's start working on more spidery stuff. I think I want to add like maybe some decals to help decorate up the walls a little bit, and maybe some new wall textures as well. Hey, Adaponkin, thanks for popping in. Cool, so let's take a look at... let's look at... Dakota says, will the tutorial be once per save file? Can we skip it if we like to? It is once per save file, and you can skip the tutorial anytime by dying. But right now, the tutorial area is not skippable. That'd be something we I don't know, like again, we may need to figure that out. Yeah, so let's take a look at, here's the, so also the, for the decals for the splats, I've made a large splat decal, which is actually 64 by 64. So if you look at here in the editor, let's just create one of these, and I guess just throw in some lights. And we place in entity breakable spider egg. Again, I think as you may have become accustomed to, I've created 2 different varieties. There's a big and a little, and it is just random each time that we drop one. The little ones can break when stepped on. The big ones do not break when stepped on, and the big ones have one extra health point. But what these do is they always breakables. So breakables now can. Let me add a entity rules spider egg 1. Oh, it's hanging. That's the hanging variant. Never mind. Entities rules spider egg 1. So it's just a breakable with 1 health point. You notice now too, there's a breaks when stepped on flag for breakables, so you can have breakables break when anything steps on them. So be aware of that. I wanted the spiders and other dungeon life in the caves to be able to break these and cause nice little chain reactions. So that's kind of to assist with that. And also there is a if we go to JSON, there should be a spawns property now too for breakables, and this is just a list of entities to spawn when broken. So it will pull one randomly from this list. So this list is a prefab. Which is the egg splat. And if you look at the egg splat, it is just a group. So entity rules spider egg splat. And this is a group that is, if I ungroup it, it is both a projected decal that just projects this 64 by 64 texture on the ground. And you notice I've made the decal width 2 by 2 to support that. And I created a new atlas that is just cave sprite large because they are bigger. And there's also, let me pull this up. There is one of the status effect areas, and this is just a volume in which a particular effect is applied. So you can apply burning, drunk, invisible, paralyzed, poison, restore shield, slow, and speed. So you can have any of these effects apply. And if you notice, I have this stop on exit true. So basically, what happens is when the player enters this, they will always be in a slowed state until they leave. If you set this to false, what this will do is it will just apply the effect, and it will just have its normal countdown timer. And the areas are smart enough not to like they don't effects don't stack, so you can have multiple of these around, and they will behave nicely. Cool. So yeah, so that's more my spider work. I think I have a. I might want to do just a little bit of more art stuff today, so maybe that's so. Hopefully, it's okay with you folks. I have a baby spider splat that doesn't look as nice as this big spider splat, so maybe I'll work on making a more acceptable, smaller one, and use it on the walls and stuff to get some variety. I also need to figure out because like this is the cave texture sheet, and there's just not a lot. I can do better, and I will do better. Because yeah, so this is the this top row I usually use for both the X and Y tileable, and this one is just X tileable. And then this is the floor and ceiling, and then this is usually reserved for like special stuff. And I've hardly used any of these this extra area I've allotted myself. So let's just see what we can do. Yeah, so I'm just going to go here and maybe try to fix this. So let's go ahead and pop this out. And we're going to resize it because I'm just going to let it kind of just hover, and I can kind of use it as a ref and pick colors and stuff from it. There we go. Yeah, let me just guess. I guess I'll add the tag pixel art to my stream because I'll be doing some pixel art. Pixel arts. Boom. Update. There we go. Cool. So how has everybody been? It's been a week since the last Delver stream, and my normal stream activities have been kind of thrown off because of PAX West. Hopefully everybody's had a good week. For those of you in the Texas area, hopefully you have remained safe. So I think what helps these splats up here work is the end of these are just a little bit like bigger, like they look kind of like a little lump or a knob, or I'm not sure. Like I can try making these like that. I'm also worried that maybe I don't know. I'll just play around, have some fun with it, not worry too much about it. I can always, you know, uh, throw this away and start fresh. But sometimes starting from like an existing work makes life easier because then you can just fix stuff and not worry about like starting from scratch, which sometimes like dealing with a blank canvas or an empty page is super intimidating. So I'm just gonna draw this in. There we go. Let me just. Yeah, sorry to hear that you're not doing great, Dakota. Hopefully, uh, hopefully you have folks that can support you. You know. Uh, yeah. No, like I get that work can definitely mess with you. Like it's one of those things where like mentally you shouldn't let it get to you, but also like it's how you support yourself. So like you do care about maybe some silly stuff that you think you ought not to. I know. Just hang in there, buddy. This is becoming slightly more salvageable. I think this detail in here just isn't reading super well though. I'll try to figure out how I can fix that. So let me just start by simplifying the interior spot here by just removing all this junk. There we go. And then I think maybe just adding just one big thing here, and then maybe just reducing the number of like connective things. Maybe that'll help. Maybe just like pick like a couple of cardinal, yeah, like this and like that. Maybe that's enough to make it look okay. Even though it might be strange. Or should I just reduce the number of little spindly arm things? Maybe that's the correct solution. Let me try let me just try. Let's just delete this and just try making one that isn't so complex. So maybe like a 5-pointed one. That might work out okay. So I'm just going to quickly just block in like a little 5-point star, 5-point splat kind of thing. Yep. Again, because like this one has twice the texture space, I can afford to have more detail. But because this one is a quarter and 4 times more, and a quarter, so reducing the size can help. And then let's do something like just kind of thicken these up a little bit. Nope. There we go. And then add the little blobby parts at the ends. There we go. Yeah, I would love to add a double-sized spider. I think that'd be a fairly low-hanging fruit. Like I could work on like that would be nice too, but like again, I don't know if it's necessarily like how again if it's worth the effort right now. I don't know. So what I'm trying to do right now is just add some pretty easy stuff to make the caves just differentiate them, make them feel more spidery, and work with the surprise system. Let's add this white color. There we go. You could certainly make large things for your mod if you want. I mean, you can't do like boss behaviors, but you can certainly get larger sized enemies. It's looking okay-ish, I suppose. Hey, Gregor Z-Man. Thanks for popping in the stream. How are ya? My only concern, Dakota, is there might be some weird visual artifacts. I think I tried prototyping it once and I ran into like double-sized monsters not quite respecting the Y offset I thought they should, so I couldn't get them positioned correctly, which would require engine side changes if that is still the case. That was a while ago, so that might not be true anymore. I don't know. I haven't tried in a while. You can call me Greg. Yeah, cool. Yeah, hey Greg. Glad to hear you're doing all right. Just clean, clean, clean. I just hopefully this still reads as spider web though. That's the problem, is that this has, because this has multiple connections. It reads, I think it reads more spidery than the other one, but maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay, or maybe it's not. Who knows? We'll get there. Okay. And just right now, I'm just pushing pixels, not worrying too much. Trying to make sure I have good shapes, all that good jazz. Clusters, forms, pixel, blah, 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 blah. There we go. I think these need to make that little inward bow shape to really kind of sell. Yeah, that seems to be okay-ish. Not totally hating it yet. Nice. It's always fun starting a new project. I mean, that's the, I guess, the most fun part of any project is starting the thing. Let's grab this color and start doing some AA here. Let me hide all those stuff we don't need to see. There we go. Yeah. Hey, Adapunkin. No, that's an interesting point too, is having a plank that the player walks out on that breaks, which we can certainly do with the changes I've made. Yeah. So the tutorial is still very work in progress. We're trying to figure out how to best teach players who aren't familiar with Delver. Kind of a lot of the, because some of the interactions in Delver aren't super obvious, like the whole like stepping on a plate triggers things seems to throw new players. So that's why that's in there. So yeah, maybe kind of forcing them into the lava might be the right way to go on that. Not sure. Yeah, because I mean I've demoed the game to many people, and I've seen some people just pick it up and play, especially young folks who have played Minecraft before. If I could just tell them, you know, Minecraft controls and they're off to the races. But some folks just get stuck in the start camp and never leave, and I felt really bad. So I would like people to enjoy my game, you know, as many people as possible. Yeah. Yeah, the tutorial is Chad's work. He was pushing on that, so that's generally how we kind of our dynamic works. Is when one of us gets passionate on on a particular subject, we just will just pick up the ball and run with it. You know, so like when I was all about adding like translation support, I'm the one who did all the changes for that to make it happen. You know, which is nice because like we both are engineers by background, so it's easy for us to just kind of do that kind of work. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Like, I hopefully, like you get enough creativity and not too much like hair pulling frustration where I'm trying to figure things out and it's just not coming together. Because I've had some streams like that too, where I'm just, you know, things just aren't falling into place for me. Again, that's really kind of you to say. I don't know, like, so I guess I just recently realized that Twitch streamers, a lot of them have local meetups. So there's actually there is the Seattle Online Broadcasters Association here where I live, and it's a lot of streamers who get together. So I want to go there to try to, I guess, learn and become a better streamer and more professional. Is what I want to get out of it. Like for me, streaming is kind of an artifact of supporting like what I do. Like I use streaming to promote myself, I guess. And I don't think of myself as a streamer first, but I think I can benefit from just having higher quality streams. So I'm excited to participate in that particular community and get better. Hey, JavaScript coding guru. Frustration is part of the creativity. Yeah, certainly it is, and I try to keep my streams honest in the fact that like sometimes I do a significant amount of work and throw it away because I don't like it. Thank you, folks. I do appreciate your support. Like, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Let's actually. So we have this little guy. Let's just see if it looks good or if it looks bad, because I'm worried it looks bad. Oh, Joshua. Let's just throw it in Engine and see what it looks like next to the other spider webs. And if it's terrible, tell me. 'Cause sometimes you get so close to a thing you don't realize how bad it is. So we're gonna go place entity basic projected decal, and then we just want to flip this on this axis -90. Yeah, on the Y, which will make it point straight down. And what I want to do is pick the texture we've been working on. So Cave Sprite and this little guy, Splat, which looks okay. And let me just also you can hold Alt to duplicate something and Shift. If you hold Shift in the editor, it will move it on the XY plane. And if you hold Alt, you can make copies. So then I'm just going to pick this copy and I'm going to update it to the Cave Sprite Large, which is a 64 by 64 textures, and then I just need to update the decal width and height to be 2. So then ideally we got something like this, and then have maybe some of these just kind of like accompanying it. And as long as they don't look super like awful next to it, I think I'm okay. Let me add some light here so I can see what I'm doing. They're not so bad. Yeah. I think they work out okay, especially if I can use the wall decorator to kind of throw them on the walls. That might be nice. Yeah, we could certainly try that. Yeah, unfortunately, so as someone who's attempting to become an independent creator, like you have to really try to minimize the amount of work that you ultimately throw away, right? Like you need to become efficient at producing and getting stuff out there. And then again too, like a lot of work that I throw away, I still keep on my hard drive because you never know when you might need a particular like if you need a backpack. I have an old pixel art like inventory that has a backpack that that might be useful sometime in the future. Who knows? And actually, let me just prototype real quick what it would look like on the walls. Like I can just do that by generating. So you can up here in the editor, you can go edit, generate room, and say cave room. Let me go ahead and remove the monsters because we don't want to die debugging. And let's say level set theme. We're going to set the theme to cave, so it picks up all of our cool changes. I'm going to place in an entity basic projected decal. I want to rotate on the Z, I think 90. There we go. And then I want to pick from Cave Sprite. Cave Sprite, that. And see how that looks. Yeah, compared to this one, it's way too thick. Let me try putting one of these out here. Rotate on the Z. Yeah, it doesn't seem to like that very much. Let's try 270. Uh-oh, did I? Let me try one. 0. Uh-oh. What happened to my sprite decal? 0. There we go. Okay, weird, but okay. Uh, yeah, I think it might benefit from thinning up the webs a bit and maybe adding another ring if I can. So let me try that. Oh, I stepped on one here. So yeah, so we get nice little stuff happening. Yeah, let me try that. Yeah, independent is. I mean, I'm still trying to get there as well. But yeah, there's a lot to consider. You know, there's a lot of things that aren't super glorious that an employer does for employees. You know, like healthcare and uh, like retirement, stuff like that, which would be nice to do eventually someday. Yeah, this is a custom engine that we have written for this project. We've been working on it about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now, long time. Um, yeah, that's one of those learnings too. That if I were to go back, I probably wouldn't write my own custom engine. But back then, like Unity and Unreal weren't in the same place that they are today. Uh, right now, Dakota, the eggs only do a splat straight on the ground. You could get around that by just making the splat like so. What it is it just spawns in a projected decal that faces straight down. If you wanted to have it go on the walls, you have to create multiple decals. Um, and I'm just not doing that right now. It certainly could be done. Um, cool. Yeah. No. Yeah. Engines. I don't know. Like engines are fun to work on, but like if you want to ship a game, sometimes maybe that's not the best route. But like I like people who are engine builders aren't necessarily people who make games, which is not a derogatory. It's just saying like there are tool builders as well, right? And we need tool builders, um, because like there aren't enough of those folks, and it's just like I don't know. Like I respect the heck out of people who make like level editors and stuff like that because it's a lot of hard work. And it's also seen as not very glamorous work either. Cool. Yeah. No. No. Like again, like if you realize you're a tool maker, that's awesome. Like, um, oh man. So will this be all super gross? We'll see. It's really good to identify what parts of development you really enjoy the most. That way you don't have to like struggle trying to find your place. You like making engines, or you like making like physics systems or something, right? And then you can just like always just like when you look at like particular projects or jobs, you can really quickly answer like, are you a good fit for this project? Um, which is a good thing to know. This may be working, this may not be working, not sure. I guess another trick I should be doing is you can just go Window, Workspace, no, Arrange, New Window, and then you can have a second window showing the exact same thing. So sprites, and then what you can do is you can just have this kind of live up here in the corner. So maybe I can always have like a 2x view of it, just so I don't, like a lot of times you see me lean back and squint my eyes. So maybe, and that's just trying to make sure that I'm staying on track. There we go. Maybe. Um, da, da, da. Just looks like there's some coding talk in chat, which is cool. Yeah, I usually get some developers in my chat, which is always nice. Yeah, let's pull that like that. Just trying to be mindful of the overall shape. Hopefully this one's working a little bit better than the previous one. I guess I really won't know until I get it in Engine, but hopefully this is heading in a better direction. Let me just save it real quick and throw it in Engine just to see what's going on. So I can hit play, hit K and refresh, and that should pull in. Yeah, it pulls in the new texture, which I think might be working a little bit better. Maybe. I am not sure. I'm thinking maybe 6 spindles would be better than 5. Let me just try throwing in another little something like this, maybe. Just real quick and dirty. Okay, there we are. Maybe have these kind of try to reinforce the shape a little bit. It'd be hard though. I kind of squirreled these in at the last moment. We should do something like that, maybe. Not a lot of pixels to work with here. And make sure that the shapes seem right, more or less. Um, Okay. I think I can do something like maybe like this. Kind of change the shape of this side a little bit to make it add a little bit more thickness here, which I think might help. Maybe we'll see. Pull that in more. That may be working okay. I don't know. Again, let me merge that down. Let me save it, and let me go back into Engine and take a peek. Okay, to refresh. I think it stands out because it's like so short. So I might need to figure out a way to kind of push things around to make them. Yeah. So basically, I need to do yuck. Just do this. Gross, 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 gross. Yup. And this. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Oh no. And then just use the move tool and just. Oh man. Oh man. That is so bad. Ugh. Oh no. Okay, so let me, I guess, really quickly just create a new layer. Let's put it underneath here. Let's grab the dark color and let's just paint in the empty spots, just so you can see what I'm working with. Okay, let's merge that down. Let's add a layer on top, and then let's try to see if I can clean this up at all. Let's salvage some of this. Yeah, this is not looking great. What to do? Can I add the printed decal? I think he means projected. I'm not sure what you mean. Add them to monsters. Okay. I won't mind then. So trying to keep an eye on this, the top right small version of it to make sure that things are looking okay-ish. Um, yeah, I just worry that it's just becoming like a big piece of like pixel garbage right now. Um, maybe something like that. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, let me merge save and then let me just see what it looks like in engine. Refresh. Yeah, it's okay-ish. Maybe change the shape of that guy up there, but that's all right. It might be usable. Maybe. Pixel Demon says, any tips on how to get your games noticed? If I did, I don't know. Like I really don't. Like I think Delver is still a teeny tiny like project. Hardly anybody knows about it, so I don't know if I'm qualified to hand out advice on that. But yeah, if you know how to get your games noticed, I would love to know. I mean, I'm fortunate that Delver has a very supportive community, but it is small. You know, like there aren't a ton of us. And then I think with this, I wanted to kind of maybe just make this just a little bit bigger. Um, yeah, I mean there are like again like I there are any number of avenues you could take, but I just don't have any good empirical evidence. Um, like for example, I talked to a lot of local folks about, for example, say getting a booth, and I know a lot of folks get booths at shows, but none of them really have any evidence to support the fact to say that yes, it does result in more sales or anything like that. So it's kind of a hard thing to measure, right? And if you can't really measure any sort of noticeable impact, then you know you have to like worry that maybe there is no noticeable impact. Again, I keep working on getting this one just a little bit larger. And again, that's just because, you know, being like independent, you want to be like very frugal and like you try to make sure that like all the resources you are spending are being put to good use, you know. Um, the big update is not out yet. Yeah, because that is we're planning on that being the last big update, and probably after that, I will stop doing my weekly Delver streams because it will be out and done, which is sad in a way, because like I really have enjoyed streaming Delver every Sunday for over the past year, but I also have missed out a lot on like a lot of stuff my son does. Like every Sunday, my son has swim class, and I have missed like the large majority of those because I'm streaming Delver work. So I think I need to thicken that up and maybe I think it's slowly getting to the right place. Um, so I'm excited to just have like a normal, semi-normal life again, which will be cool. Um, let's make this one just a little bit shorter. Um, take care, JavaScript coding guru. Thank you for popping in the stream. Yeah, I also do a weekday stream, Monday through Friday at noon as well. If you're interested in a more traditional roguelike development, it's written in Python and it is Twitch playable, so the people in Twitch chat play while I make it. That's been a fun project as well. The green lights look really good. What green lights? Just do that, like that. Thicken this up a little bit. Oh, the cave lights. Yeah, yeah. I guess that was previewed a tiny bit at the top here. At the when I was showing off the tutorial, I guess that was in there a little bit. I guess also whenever I hit play, it's also in there too. Jeez, Joshua, oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah, thanks. Yeah, so yeah, play. Yeah, so I have these new crystal sprites, and again, I'm trying to make it feel more creepy. I think Bird was suggesting that it definitely needs to be a little bit more spidery, a little less friendly. That's gonna have to be okay for now, even though I don't super like it. But yeah, I think they just live like here. Yeah, so those are the new crystal sprites for the cave. Yeah, they're kind of, I don't know, like I think they work out all right. I probably will have a variant for all of them. I also want to make a big crystal model because we do have some large crystals, which in case at a certain scale should probably be a 3D object. But yeah, no, thank you for the kind words, folks. I appreciate it. Again, yeah, a lot of times I just totally get like in a, I get in a, what's the word, like, just like totally, I get tunnel vision and I just kind of forget what I'm like working on with any sort of perspective, you know. Okay, I guess I can just save this for now. Let me see if I can get it hooked up into the wall decorator. Actually, wait. I'm doing only an hour stream today, so that means I am out of time. Let me just play a little bit of the new cave area as it stands. If you have any questions, dying questions you want to ask me, ask them now. Because I'll play a little bit and then I'll do my sign off. Yeah, today's a little bit shorter of a stream. I am going to PAX West here very shortly. Today also is the Seattle Indie Expo at PAX. So just a few blocks away from PAX, the Seattle Indies are putting on a really rad free indie convention that runs from 12 to 9. It has free food and drink afterwards if you stick around. So yeah, so that's something I'm looking forward to doing today. Well, and of course, hanging out with dev friends from out of town and stuff is always nice. That PAX brings them in. So let's go down to the caves and meet our grisly fate. All right, here we go. Ooh, lots of little egg sacs. Hopefully the slow isn't too bad, but hopefully it does make people think twice about smashing stuff, especially if it's in the, like, they might want to try to escape in certain areas. Again, try to make this feel more spooky. Yeah, I love how the spider tripped that. And potentially that could have been a bomb or something like that too, so it could have started off a nice chain reaction. I don't want chain reactions just happening all the time though. So it's trying to find a good balance of how frequently to drop these things, you know? Yep, here's another one. Zap! I guess the enemies do kind of get stuck on them, so I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. Maybe I should, well, like these are definitely breakable. I could make, I don't know, like maybe the big ones could break on encroach. I'm not quite sure how to make that happen. Let's try. Yeah, get away from there. Ooh, I killed something. Speed. Oh no! Oh no, there was a firebomb. Oh no! Oh no! Drink some ale to warm me up. Yeah, I do like the fact that so I moved the spider bombs to this, or the not the spider bombs. Geez, yikes! The fire bombs to this area because the eggs cluster nicely and they do make nice uh nice little chain reactions of like just fire spreading like crazy, which is nice to have. Um, let me see. I think this is a dead end. Let me check my map. Yep. So let's get out of here. Alrighty. Oh, there's a bit of gold back there. Um, and again, too, so I don't know, like the cave torches add a lot of yellow, which is I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know if I should maybe pull their color to a different color and add a unique torch for this area, maybe like a red. I don't know. Oh crap, crap. Yeah. Also, I had so I the other day I had implemented for entities being able to add immunities to certain status effects. So, for example, I made spiders immune to slow, so they could walk over these without being slowed down, which I thought would be a fun mix. But for some odd reason, that really broke our level serializer in a way that I was not expecting. Um, I may come back to it. Um, oh, that stinks. Uh, yeah, so that idea is on the back burner for now. Okay, where is this exit? I guess let's go north and then west. Let's not break in any new egg pods if we don't have to. Here we are. Hmm. This bat is going to end me, isn't it? Yeah! Oh no! Okay, there. And this baby spider, of course, sneaking up on me. Okay, well, that's all good. That's how the game of Delver should end. All right, folks. So let me think. Let's get through this. So I am Joshua. This has been the weekly Delver development stream. If you want to find out more about Delver, you can go to delvergame.com. If you want to know more about me, you can follow me here on Twitch at Joshua Skelly. You can follow me on Twitter at Joshua Skelly. I also do a weekday stream about making a Twitch playable roguelike. So if you like more traditional roguelikes, that might be more your speed. It's also more programming heavy. So if you like programming versus art, that might be your thing too. I am a Twitch affiliate. I am super, super fortunate to be supported by viewers just like you. I consider it like a tip jar. So if you find what I do entertaining or informative, or you just want to see more of it, please consider subscribing. Yeah, and on that note, let me call out my subscribers. So I have 11 subscribers. They're very lovely people. In no particular order, they are Neil Schleichter, Nofield, SG Bazi, That Bluestone, Nixrod, A Literal Train, Smith, New Obj, Dr. Kegel, Glass Casket TV, and Codrake. So thank you so much for your support. If you do subscribe, you get the steak icon, which you can slap everywhere because who doesn't want a pixel steak? You also get access to a command bot, which I think we need some love because it's been misbehaving lately. I also do a subscriber special stream end of every month. Not sure what this month's going to be, but I will do something special for them. Everybody's welcome to attend. It's just something special for them. Hey, Dr. Kegel, didn't even see you in chat there. All right, folks, have a good rest of your day. I will be back. So tomorrow's the last day of PAX West, so I will 100% be back Tuesday to do lunch break roguelike. Until then, take care, and I will see you later.